Get your Dragon Ball figures at Big Bad Toy Store at the link in the description down below. Kaiju, Dragon Ball, Pokemon, and more. It's Steven's Toy Reviews. Hello there, collectors. It is Steven here, and I am bringing you another Dragon Ball Figuarts review. Except this time it is going to be a Dragon Ball proper Figuarts review. Not Z, not Super, just straightforward Dragon Ball. And who do we have here? We have Goku, boyhood version. Or we're just going to go ahead and call him Kid Goku. So Kid Goku here does represent something iconic in the series. This is Goku when he initially goes on his adventures. No, not the short squat one when he first finds Master Roshi, but you know what I'm talking about here. Now, here's the issue with this one. He runs about $55 for something that's very small. We're only talking a couple of inches here, like 4 inches max. $55. Ooh. That's a lot of money. I sure hope he looks good, is well articulated, and comes with a lot of stuff. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, okay. Well, let's take a look to see whether or not he's worth adding into your collection. Being a smaller figure, it is absolutely a bit more difficult to get all of the paint shading and applications in decal and whatnot, so forth, yada, 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 correct. But fortunately, on this one, Bandai actually did a rather nice job here. Admittedly, when you're inspecting Goku up close, some of the paint spray, such as the blue on the wristbands and on the shoes, it could be a little better. The decals on the face, they kind of look just slightly off, but I'm really just finding things to maybe throw at Goku here that are, well, not gonna be good things at all, and I have to find things to, knock it down a peg or two. But in general, Goku actually really does look nice. The only issue that I've seen, which really isn't that big on mine, is that there is some flashing on the hair where you can see it's removed from the mold. The one thing that I think is a legitimate issue on mine is that you can actually kind of see a couple of bumpies here and there that looks like something may have gotten stuck in the plastic in the molding process. But beyond that, the decals on the body are absolutely great. The decals on the face, aside from a couple of tiny issues here and there, look fine. The body is shaded really, really well, sculpted fantastically with tons of folds here and there that make it look legitimately nice. The skin tone for Goku is great. It actually does look like in some spots there is a nice paint application there on top of the plastic. Overall, Kid Goku does look very, very cool here. So if you're worried about Bandai skimping on some of the paint like they have with some of the more recent Dragon Ball Figuarts releases, I'm looking at you, God Goku, then don't worry, you're going to be just fine here. When it comes to articulation, Kid Goku is really good. Pretty awesome. There's only one issue that I have with this guy. Well, actually two. One's a legitimate issue. The other one is just me being me, I guess you might say. So let's take a look. So Goku's head is attached to his neck on a ball joint system here, where basically the head plugs in on the ball joint, and then there's a swivel hinge system. So this way you can get Goku to look up, you can get him to look down, left and right, all of that fun stuff. Sometimes his faceplate may like to pop off if you push his head too far down. That's okay. Other DBZ Figuarts or Figuarts in general have been known to do that, so not really so much an issue with the figure as it is just with engineering as a whole. Now, unfortunately, there is not, or at least there does not appear to be an actual joint for the neck, but you know what? Goku manages to make do without that joint, whereas you may have, like, let's say, the Saiyan Raised on Earth Goku, who actually has another neck joint there, but that's okay. We do actually not really have ball joints that plug into the shoulder for Goku here. It's kind of weird. So you do get a little bit of a hinge that allows you to move Goku's arms forward and back like that, kind of like a butterfly hinge, right? But then we just have swivels where the shoulders plug in. So that's pretty cool. And then we do have hinges that allow you to move the arms up and down. But the thing is, this is one of those like small issues. It's not really an issue. You can see that depending on how you spin the arm around, combine that with the bicep swivel, you may reveal that unsightly joint seam. So do keep that in mind, that if you're really particular about how your figures look, you might get something unsightly depending on how you move his arms around. But other than that, I mean, you can sort of reveal flashing on the other side of the arms too. But anyway, yeah, we do have bicep swivels, which are kind of standard. It's what you would expect. We only have single hinge elbows, but to be honest with you, that's about all you're going to need. You get a perfect 90-degree bend, so you're fine there. We do have the standard Figuarts style wrist joints, the swivel hinge combo, ball joint where the hands plug on, so that's good. We do have a nice ab crunch here, which is accommodated with a ball joint and hinge system, so this way you can really get Goku to look down. It does leave a little bit of a gap in the back, but whomst cares about that. We do also have a nice waist joint, so this way you can move Goku around at the waist as well. And the belt does kind of like to shift around a little bit depending on how you move Goku, but luckily where it ties in the front for that sash, it actually has a swivel. So it will help you when you're posing Goku in a karate pose, right? That you can pretend like he's actually flying through the air. Now, the hips are actually on a ball joint, as you can see. Yeah, they're not using the Renewal 2.0 body style of hips there. They're not pulled down, unfortunately, and you'd think, oh, well, that means that they're Renewal style. Nope, they are actually on ball joints. Goku can spread his legs out about that far, raise and lower from forward and back movement about that far, along with single hinge knees that actually house a swivel as well. So if you really needed a swivel joint there, you do have that. Now, one of my legitimate complaints here would be the ankles, which are kind of the standard SH Figuarts style ankles, but mine are rather loose. I've heard a couple other folks had loose ankle joints there, so that's not very good. You do get the full ankle rocker movement, which is nice, as you can see there. But yeah, these are kind of loose. Of course, we do get toe hinges as well, and you can see that as clear as day, but mine are kind of tight, which isn't that big of a deal. I just got to put forth a little more effort. So articulation-wise, Goku is very good. Goku is very good. You can put him in a ton of poses, and to be honest with you, I don't think Bandai could have done a better job at engineering this guy, except for maybe cleaning up some of the aesthetics and tightening up some of the loose joints, specifically the ankles. So overall, he moves great. Normally, the way I like to run my accessory sections is I like to give you a nice in-depth look at everything, including nice shots of all of the hands, but unfortunately here I am not going to be able to do that because Goku comes with simply too much stuff. So let's hit the ground running, cover the accessories, and get on with the review, okay? Okay. Goku comes with, in total, including the default fists, 7 sets of hands. He comes with 3 faceplates in total, including the default. He comes with 1 extended power pole. He also comes with a sheath for the power pole with 1 small detachment part for the power pole, so this way you can make it look like he has it sheathed up, or he can pull it out entirely. He comes with 2 tail parts, 1 curled and 1 normal flowy one, and he also comes with a Tamashii Stage Act 4 support system that comes with 2 normal sized arms and 1 smaller arm with a support claw that plugs into the top of the flying Nimbus, which the Tamashii Stage Act 4 support system is used for the bottom, so this way you can have Goku flying on the Nimbus. So let's keep going. Oh yeah, and by the way, the 4-star ball, can't forget about that. So for the hands, here is everything that he comes with. I can't show you action shots for everything, but you can just imagine how awesome these would look in your preferred pose. We do get Goku throwing up the peace sign or the V for victory. We do have karate bugman hands here. We do have karate chopping hands. We do have hands that are sort of in the Kamehameha pose that he can also use to hold the Dragon Ball if you'd liked. He does have splayed out palms if you want those, and he does also have left and right hands, so this way he can hold the power pole. No hand is unique to any specific arm. Essentially, each hand has a pair to it. Good on that. Now for the faceplates, and you've pretty much already seen them all. He has 1 faceplate where he's really super happy and his eyes are closed and he's got a nice big smile on his face. He comes with 1 faceplate where he's generally speaking normally happy and he's got a nice smile, eyes are wide open, and then he has his serious let's get down to business face. The only issue here is that he doesn't come with a straightforward neutral face, and I wish they would have included that, hopefully on a future Dragon Ball Figuarts release. Swapping out the faceplates is exactly like doing it with all the other Goku Figuarts where you remove the front hair part and then go ahead and swap everything out. So tons of display options here. Now we're going to go ahead and take a look at the tails that Goku comes with, and he does come with the straightforward wavy tail, easy enough, or he comes with a tail that is hooked, that if you really wanted to, you can actually cause some shenanigans here. Yeah. He's dangling off the power pole there. Now, the way that it works is there's just this little white ball joint that you plug into Goku's butt, right? And it unfortunately can actually be pretty difficult here. For the one that has the hook at the end of it, it really never wants to stay in for me. The other one, it's pretty dodgy, but it will stay in. If you're having some issue, I do recommend applying heat and then popping it in slowly. Speaking of power pole, let's go ahead and take a look at the ones that we get. And yeah, we get either a red pole here, which is easy enough, or we do get that sheath that comes with the little strap that goes around Goku. And the way that you use this is you just simply pop off Goku's head, and then you just have to fish it around his arm, over his neck, and pop the head back on. Detailing is as straightforward as can be, nothing over the top. Unfortunately, you can see a couple of mold markings on it, but let's be honest, nobody's going to be looking at the back of Goku when this is attached. Now, the cool thing about this one is that there is that little red power pole sticking out, and you can actually pop that out. So this way you can make it look like Goku has already drawn his power pole and is getting ready to attack. What's also neat is that you can also make it look like Goku is in the process of drawing out his power pole, but I would recommend that you attach the hand to the pole part first and then reattach the hand to the arm, just like that. So it would be easier. This way you don't break anything. I hope that makes some sense. Anyway, speaking of hands, something that Goku can hold is the 4-star ball. He doesn't really have a dedicated hand to hold the ball. It just kind of rolls around in whatever hand he's going to be using, so make sure you're balancing it correctly. But the 4-star ball looks really, really cool. The only issue is that it does kind of lose that illusion of it being, like, let's say, a crystal ball, so to speak, because there are some production markings on it, which is kind of really dumb. They shot the illusion in the foot, so to speak. Yeah, that's kind of sad. But one of the gimmicks of the whole Dragon Ball sort of subline of the SH Figuarts will be that all of the Dragon Ball characters that are released, or at least 7 of them anyway, will come with a Dragon Ball marked 1 through 7 stars. So this way, we can put them in the display base for the previously released SH Figuarts Shenron. So this way we can get rid of those gold balls that he came with and use actual Dragon Balls. That is pretty cool. Last up for the accessories, it's going to be one of the coolest accessories included with any of the Dragon Ball Figuarts, whether or not you're going to include Z or Super, in the history of the line so far, and that is going to be the Flying Nimbus. And I have to say it's the coolest because not only does this look rather accurate, I would have to say they really did a nice job with the shading to make this look like a floating cloud, but it has better paint apps than some of the actual figures that have been released in the line. I'm looking at you, the likes of Yamcha and Figuarts God Goku and Super Saiyan 3 Goku. So yeah, good job on you there, Bandai, for including more detail in an accessory than a figure. But anyway, it does look nice. It comes with its own support system. That's what the Tamashii Stage Act 4 support base, arms, and the little arm with the claw is for that you plug onto the top, so this way you can support Goku. So the way that it works is you plug the 2 support arms into the base, then you plug the tips of the support arms into the bottom of the Nimbus. Then you use that smaller support arm to plug into the top of the Nimbus, and you use that little claw there to hold onto Goku in case you need to pull off any shenanigans with Goku, and you are good to go. So this way you get a nice display. Oh, by the way, did I mention the tail on the Nimbus is articulated? Basic swivel, but still, it's articulated. So, wow, guys, Goku comes with a lot of stuff, and I gotta be honest with you here, for about $55, you absolutely get your money's worth, but there's one glaring omission. No Kamehameha. Yep. You'd think that at about this stage of the game that you would have the hero of the Dragon Ball series, and he doesn't come with an effect part for his signature attack. But then at the same time, we get a lot of stuff already, and he does come with the power pole, which is also arguably just as iconic for Goku. But regardless, if you are looking for an effect part or two, click on the card in the top right-hand corner of the screen to help beef up your display. Do keep in mind, though, the Kamehameha, the full blast effect, is going to be coming with Kid Krillin later in 2018. Now comes the last part of the review where we're going to round everything up with a size comparison. And as you can see, this is arguably one of the weakest points of Kid Goku. Unfortunately, it seems like with the Dragon Ball subline, much like the first release Showa SH Monster Arts, they are sort of attempting to create their own scale with the Dragon Ball Figuarts in that Goku does not fit in perfectly with any of the previously released Dragon Ball Figuarts. So if you're going to have him in your display, preferably have him crouched down in some way, so this way it makes him look smaller. He also has a very large head. So buy now, skip, or wait for a deal. Regardless of your opinion on his size, you cannot deny that he looks great. The articulation is serviceable enough. He moves just fine, and he comes with way more accessories than any action figure set really has any business coming with. I'm looking at you, Good Smile Company. Make releases like this standard. Yeah, overall, Kid Goku is absolutely worth it. If you do have qualms about his size, keep this in mind. This just may very well be the only Kid Goku Dragon Ball Figuarts we are going to get, barring a GT release or his initial appearance where he's just wearing the blue t-shirt when he first meets Bulma or whatnot. So you may want to go ahead and get this one now, and you can at least include him in an evolution of Goku display from back then until now. Anyway, Goku looks nice, is well articulated, and comes with a lot of accessories. If you really want this guy, I would definitely get him sooner rather than later. A solid purchase. Well, folks, that's the end of this review. Thanks for watching, and be sure to follow me on social media to catch more behind-the-scenes shenanigans and updates. The end card should be popping up now with more hand-selected STR goodness for you to watch, so check out some of those videos. Be sure to check the description too to see where you can buy this figure or others like it, and some cool links like the credits for this video and other ways you can help out the channel. Thanks again for watching, and I'll catch ya in the next